What did you dream about last night? Can you remember? Either way, we'll all have dreams that stay with us forever. People say that they're just dreams or that they're just pretend, but then the way they make us feel is real. They're hard to comprehend. Dreams have been a mystery since time was first recorded. At every stage in history, dreams have been reported. Now, everyone defines a dream in different ways, but I believe that if we still have dreams today, they must be important. Dreams are what inspire us. Dreams are what we strive for. Even if for nothing else, dreams are what we fight for. To feed the life inside of us, they're what we stay alive for. And more, some dreams can mean so much, they're ones that we would die for. But bit by bit, the world persuaded you that dreams are not for real. And over time, they made you buy their lie and claimed you got a deal. But you feel trapped and powerless, and nothing works the problems out. You're trying to find a way to get away, but there's no options now. Your boss has got a hold on you, they're ripping out the soul in you, but you got bills and you can feel the pressure, it's controlling you. You want to escape, you need a change, you wish the end would come. It's like you're in a cage, you think of ways to leave, but there are none. You're out of control. If I gave you a control and said that you could change your settings, that you could live your life without their influence or edits, that there's another life to live, it's just they made you blind to it. But everything you dream about, you could have in seconds. What would you do if I told you that you could live a dream? Forget poetic metaphors, I mean live in a dream. That you could go to sleep, but then awaken in the dream. That you'd be there and you could take control inside the dream. You'd be self-conscious. You control everything. You could go anywhere. You could do anything. You could be with anyone. Do everything you dreamed before. But everything you'd feel would be as real as this, or even more. What would you do if you knew now that everything I've said is true? The scientists have proven it, and you could learn to do it too. Would you want to know how? What I'm describing here is known as lucid dreaming. Some people do it naturally, so you might know the feeling. Basically, it's becoming conscious when you're sleeping. It's waking up inside a dream to realize that you're dreaming. They say on average people dream 2 hours every night, which means we dream for 6 years across our entire lives. So if you could learn to do this and you became lucid, in theory, you could get an extra 6 years of self-conscious life in your dreams. Now, believe me when I say I know it's more than just appealing. That you could live in other worlds is more than just intriguing. But if you want to learn yourself how to live in other realms, first you've got to understand a bit about what sleep is. So there are 5 stages of sleep. Stages 1 and 2 are known as light stage sleep. This is where our memory is formed in largest parts. Stages 3 and 4 are called deep sleep or slow wave. This is like a growth stage and heals our body fast. Stage 5 is what's known as REM most commonly. This is where your brain and respiration rate are on a peak. It happens every 90 minutes, or at least likely near it. This is where the dreaming happens. This is where you want to be. Okay, so hold that thought, or quickly grab a pen and paper. We'll come back to REM again a little later. Okay, so there's not a right way to become lucid. You don't need to study it, because anyone can do it. But there is a type of blueprint, and I myself have used it. So I thought I'd break it down so you can listen through it. The first thing you can do is start to document the dreams you have. Keep a pad beside your bed and every morning reach for that. Write whatever you remember. Then in time you'll read them back and notice patterns in your dreams. And it's the patterns we can hack. You'll see that there are certain things you dream about the most at night. You'll notice there's repeats of certain themes or people over time. And so when you encounter them again, you'll pause proceedings, you'll stop to clock the pattern, then you'll question if you're dreaming. At this stage, you need to do a test to check reality. You suspect you're dreaming, but you're not sure if you're actually. So you do a physical test, and it could be a simple check, but this will tell you whether or not you're dreaming, and quite factually. For example, you could look at your hand, count your fingers. Do you have the right amount? Jump in the air. Do you float around or simply come back down? Close your mouth and hold your nose. See if you're still breathing. These are some of the many tests to check whether you're dreaming. The more you do these checks, the more lucidity is probable. So try to check reality in every way that's possible. Anytime, awake or sleeping, any night or day you're dreaming, Learn to do this naturally, and soon you'll be unstoppable. Okay, so there are a few things left for me to mention. Little tips that I would like to bring to your attention. These will help you lucid dream. They prove to be of use to me, the first of which is something called setting an intention. The principle is simple. Create a plan within yourself. You tell your inner consciousness that you will go to other worlds. You repeat a phrase that says, tonight I'm going to lucid dream. You visualize the dream itself and delve towards it as you sleep. It really works. Now, the final tip to share with you feels almost like we're cheating, but it's perhaps the most successful hack to lucid dreaming. It's called waking back to bed. And in my view, this hack's the best. If you like, I'll break it down. I find it quite intriguing. So, to start with, before you go to bed, you set a phone alarm. Set it to ring in 6 hours' time. Then when you're woken up, stay awake for 20 minutes setting your intentions, then go back to sleep and enter REM in seconds. Now, I know a lot of this might not be making total sense, and that's to be expected. You might need to take some slower steps. I don't pretend that some of you won't try at first with no success, but once you do get used to it, you'll thank yourself with no regrets. Because once you're lucid, there's excitement. Like intense, immense excitement. Careful though, you'll wake up straight away if you get too excited. Take a breath and take your time. Control the dream or pay the price. For help with this, search online for tips on stabilizing. Once you get the hang of it, you can create whole places. You can fly. You can time travel through the ages, teleport, walk through walls. You can even shapeshift. And yes, you could also see your secret crush naked. But beyond the standard things that people like to do when lucid, many around the world have found a wealth of different uses. For example, people use lucid dreaming to practice and develop skills, ones they need or ones they choose, build auras, heal traumas, both in mind and body too, to speak to their subconscious selves, to travel past the path of pain, to see and speak to ones they love, even if they've passed away, to conjure up ideas of which could change the world or change their own, to build the greatest works of art, beauty that you've never known. From Dali to Da Vinci, many artists harness dreams. Even I wrote sections of this guide while I was fast asleep. There's 1,000 uses we could find for being lucid, but we're told that dreams are not for real, or that they're stupid. Because they don't want the world as ours. They just want us working hard. They won't let us dream. They want us living their illusion. That's why dreaming is a radical act. Dreaming is resistance. To dream is to imagine that the world could be so different. Imagination soon becomes a move towards a vision, and a vision we can work toward to change our whole position. So never let them tell you not to dream or what to dream of. Go to sleep, live your dreams, then wake up and dream on.